Oh, hello there. My name is Brandon, but you can call me the Brandino. I'm here to welcome you to Speak of the Devils, the only show where I'm held against my... What the... Dave, what are you doing here? Halloween's already passed. Well, everyone, this is Dave. It seems that he thought we were doing a Halloween episode today, but, sorry, Dave, you just missed it. Dave, is that a Thanksgiving turkey you got there? Well, gee, how considerate of you. You're definitely a bit early, though. Thanksgiving is in, like, 3 weeks. Good thinking, Dave. That turkey will stay fresh forever in the void. Well, this sure was a fun way to kick things off now, wasn't it? My name's Brandino, and I hope you folks all enjoy Speak of the Devils.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another year of Speak of the Devils. I am your host, Nicholas Bongiorno. This year, we will continue the growth of the club, as always trying to incorporate a little bit of everything, such as creating and acting out scripts, editing videos, and interviewing special guests. This year, we are also going to feature newly created segments by our club members, trying to make an impact on the surrounding community. We will include a special theme of each episode, and all our content, will be based on that for the month. This episode is game day themed, revolving around the sports of Burlington High School and New England. We got a great show tonight. We have BHS Football head coach Dan MacKay with us here tonight and performance from the BHS Marching Band. We have a new Devils on the Street brought to you by myself and Josh Coughlin. We've got a new Half-Baked with Madi Shipka. For those that don't know how Half-Baked shows are, you know how easy they are to make them, creative and delicious recipes. But first up, got a new segment with Nick's Picks, featuring Nick Conley discussing the latest in film, television, and gaming. Let's listen in as Nick discusses a spooky new remake for Nintendo 3DS. Let's see, Luigi's Mansion has maintained its stance as an incredible and immersive experience on this episode of Nick's Picks.
Hello all, welcome to Nick's Picks. This is a new show that I'm starting that I basically do reviews of anything from TV shows to movies to video games and all the latest releases. Personally today I wanted to start with Luigi's Mansion. A remake just came out of the original game for the 3DS, and I thought that now would be the perfect time to talk about it. If you are not aware of what the Luigi's Mansion series is, Luigi's Mansion is a game about, well, Luigi, and how he won a mansion in a contest he didn't even enter. And upon arriving at the house, he finds out it's haunted. So, it's up to him and Professor Egad, a new friend he makes in the series, to rid the mansion of ghosts and to save Mario. This game is a fantastic game. The controls feel really nice, and everything all around in the original game was fantastic. The music was perfectly timed with events, the animation was very fluent, and everything felt so alive while you were playing the game. The latest remake kind of introduces a few things that bothered me a little bit. Obviously, one of the greatest things about this remake is that it perfectly encapsulates the style that it did in the original game. Everything is still looks like it came from the GameCube era, and it kind of gives us that art style that we grew up with. Although, the one complaint that I have is that the music is not perfectly timed to everything in this one. And I know that might be nitpicking, but when you compare it to the original game where everything was on point and it was completely immersive and like everything was lined up perfectly, to the remake where everything is kind of slightly sloppy, thrown together and not as on point, kind of ruins the experience a little bit. but that doesn't mean that it's a bad game. The gameplay is still just as fun and if not better than the original game itself. With the inclusion of the tilt controls, you can actually move around, and you can actually suck up things way easier with your vacuum than you could in the original game. Although it can be hard to work with some of the controls, it's still a bit of a better experience to play on the 3DS. If you own the GameCube version, I do recommend that you pick up the remake. It's a nice nostalgia trip and a, really nice walk down memory lane, and you get to re-immerse yourself in this wonderful experience and see all the characters that you grew up with. If you're new to the series, I do also recommend you pick up the remake, because not only do you get to experience this, adventure that you didn't get to as a kid, but also it is just a really fun game to play, and about 8 hours of fun that you will not regret playing. If I had to give it a rating myself, I'd have to give it, I would say, 9 out of 10 in terms of remakes. That will conclude the first episode of Nick's Picks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy your new game.
Nick, Josh Coughlin and I recently spent some time down on Varsity Field to watch the Red Devils battle for Griddian glory. We caught up with some other spectators and got their thoughts on the success of the Red Devils, the now World Series champions Red Sox, and other New England sports teams. Let's take a look. This is Devils on the Street.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Buongiorno here, along with Mr. G, a substitute teacher at Burlington High School. What the hell? So, Boston sports right now is absolutely huge. The Red Sox, the Celtics, the Patriots are doing very good right now. The Red Sox just made the World Series. How far do you think the Red Sox are going to go? Do you think that they're going to win this series?
I think they have a good chance now. They're moving nicely forward. I think Cora's a great coach, and I think the bullpen can do it. I didn't think they could, but I think they can now.
So, how far do you think this Red Devils team is going to go in the playoffs? You think that they have a chance of winning it?
I don't know about that, but I know that they're a better team every week, and I just can't wait to get here and see how they're going to play. Burlington does embrace sports. They always have. It has a great sports tradition. I think with the football team this year, my saying for them, who are these guys? Who are these guys? They've been great. They've been playing well.
It's been easy work all season for this Burlington Red Devils football team. How far do you think they're going to go in terms of the playoffs?
Easy work. Super Bowl, it's a wrap.
I agree. So, Connor, what do you think?
I think they're making a run in the playoffs. I mean, other than that one game we lost, we haven't even been challenged.
And in terms of Boston sports, our city's unbelievable. We have the Red Sox going. We have the Celtics going on a run for the playoffs and hopefully in the East right now. So, and the Patriots just pulling off a win against the Chiefs. Who are you most excited about?
Bro, the Celtics are about to win it all.
Right now, I'm really impressed by the Red Sox. I mean, do damage. Nobody's even challenging us either.
Are you a bandwagon or are you?
I'm not a bandwagon. I've been watching all season. Yeah.
All right. You got a lot of those.
Today I am honored to introduce second-year head coach for the Burlington Red Devils, Daniel MacKay. It is very nice to meet you, sir.
Thanks for having me on,
and get
Nick.
some insight on what this year has been like for you, exceeding everybody's expectations. Now, Coach, last year obviously was tough, going 1-10. It was kind of expected with, you're the new coach. There was a new roster, new quarterback, whole new set of players who were starting from the year before with all the seniors lost. Just how hard was it to come into this year after the year you had last season?
Well, yeah, thanks for having me on, Nick. Coming into this season, we knew we had a lot of our team back this year. So as the coaching staff, we anticipated being and having the season that we've had so far because of the experience that we had. I think we had 9 starters back on each side of the football, so they had an understanding of our system. They're a year older, a year stronger. So we kind of anticipated having the type of season that we're having right now as a coaching staff.
Yeah, obviously incredible. Was there any added pressure though? I mean, you're 5-2, and obviously, unfortunately for the loss, but let's see, everyone come out to the game against Belmont.
Yeah.
But was there any?
I didn't feel any pressure coming into the season. I'm very comfortable with the way we coach and the way we prepare our players. We had a great offseason in the weight room. We had a great offseason in the coaching staff, developing, meeting with other coaches, and I felt like we had a good plan for what we wanted to do with the personnel we had. I had a better understanding of the personnel. The coaches had a better understanding of the personnel, what they could and couldn't do, what their strengths were, what the limitations were. So we felt like we put together a good plan to put them in better positions to be successful this year.
Yes, and Coach, especially for players as well, having a season like that last year, and everyone kind of joking around in the hallways about, oh, you guys, you're not going to go do anything this year. Take the Cleveland Browns, the NFL, for example. They have bad seasons every year. It would be very easy for them to roll over and not put any performances out on the table. So how do you think your team has embraced the challenge and risen up to it?
I mean, high school football is unique. I think the difference between a 15-year-old, we started 5 sophomores last year, and a 16, 17, 18-year-old is very, very big. A lot of seniors this year, a lot of juniors. High school football is different year to year. I felt like them getting a year of experience, a year stronger, has helped them. It gave them more confidence. And we worked a lot in the offseason with mindset things of how to react when things don't go your way and things of that nature. We worked our culture stuff, how we behave, how we perform a lot this year, and kind of drove that into them, and I think it's helped.
And another part that's helped the football players as well, you're always at the home games and even on the road. There's been great turnouts this year. Obviously, we have some, as I said before in the Devils, we have some bandwagons, they come out to the game just because they want to see the team do well. But it's great to see, this year all the fans, and especially my grade, the seniors, coming out and, having their little traditions, really cheering on the football team. If they're down by a score, they keep on chanting, the cheerleaders, everything. So what are your thoughts on how Burlington has embraced the team?
Well, I mean, that's what football's all about. It's the camaraderie with your classmates, with the community. And I think we've got a lot of fun players to watch too. We've got a quarterback, receivers, line, and so we're a fun team to watch. And I think really that's what high school football is. You love seeing a good crowd. I get excited when I hear the crowd up there. It makes the experience that much better for all of our student athletes.
And before this season, I just want to ask you a little bit about how you got into coaching. And obviously, Coach McGuire was a longtime coach here for many years, and you came in and obviously not the best first one. Now starting to grow the team. So how far do you think you're going to go in the future? How do you think the plans are going to be?
Yeah, so I played football for 13 years, played 4 years in college at Trinity College, loved playing the game, and when I finished college, I really didn't know what I was going to do. Yes. And my high school football coach, who I played for in Barica, gave me a call, asked me if I wanted to coach the freshman team, so I jumped on that opportunity. And I've been coaching ever since. This is my 13th year coaching. I kind of just worked my way up in that program to the varsity position coach, defensive coordinator. Was a defensive coordinator in Lexington. And then when this job opened up, I applied for it. And this is kind of the job I was always looking for because I've been a teacher here for the last 11 years as well.
And that must be very great to finally have, you've been waiting for a long time possibly, and you've always been a football fan. So finally getting the opportunity to rise up and not only have like the football players see you in class, but have you as a coach. So that's
it's pretty cool having someone in class. Being able to see them in the building, being able to see your players in the building is always a good thing. Being able to check up on them, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And going forward, I see us continuing to progress and improve with what we're doing. I think we've seen the importance of some of the things we need to improve on going forward, and I expect us to continue going as a coaching staff, continue to grow as student athletes as well.
And all right, well, we'll be back with more from Coach MacKay in a minute. But next up, we have Half Baked with Madi Shipka, who's got a perfect recipe for a great game day snack.
Hi, I'm Maddie Shipka here with another episode of Half Baked for all you football fans out there. Today we're going to be making pigs in the blanket, which are a phenomenal game day treat. So first, I'm sure everyone knows how to make a pig in a blanket, but we're going to make them a little special and a little cute. So you take your little pig and you put it at the end of your crescent roll. Then you roll it, and you roll it, and you stretch it a little, and you roll it. And sometimes it's pretty big. I had to cut these ones in half. Okay, so now we got all our 16 little piggies rolled. We had 8 crescent rolls in the can. I cut them in half. That's 16 little piggies. So now what you have to do is you want to egg wash them a little just to like make them nice and golden brown. A lot of people mix it with stuff to make them like different flavored pretzels. Like you can make like pretzels out of them and stuff, but this we're just trying to crisp them up. So you want to get an egg, one singular egg, and beat it up real nice. And there you have a nice little egg wash going. And now you want to brush it on. This is a barbecue sauce baster for stuff. But just put some little egg on there. Just so now it'll be like a little bit crispier on top. It'll kind of crunch it up a little bit. It'll just make it like infinitely better, you know? And now that all our little piggies are egg washed, we're gonna stick them right in the oven for as long as it takes on the crescent roll box. Okay, and we have all our pigs in a blanket done. They just came out of the oven and they're looking nice and golden brown. They got that nice little crust on them. You can see all the little crackies, so they're looking good. So you're thinking, what does this have to do with football other than the fact it's a delicious game day treat? Well, you take your mustard or your ketchup or whatever you feel like putting on it, and you make the little football thread things. And you just take your mustard and you make a little line, and then you make the little. And here we have all our little piggies decorated. They're pretty cute. They look like little footballs. Some of them came out a little weird, but some of them do look like footballs. And they're awesome. So, next game day, make sure to make these, because everyone will love them, and they'll be eating tiny little pig skins. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been Half Baked with Speak of the Devils.
Well, one thing I know, Coach, is that I can't bake for anything, so she did a great job. And
Yeah, very well done. I'm going mustard as well on the pigskin blanket, definitely.
And we just want to say I'm back here with Coach MacKay again. We're about to play a round of touchdown trivia. We'll take turns answering football-related questions asked to us by BHS TV's own Maddie Shipka. The winner gets the honor of being the first winner of Speak of the Devils game and eternal bragging rights. So this is a lot on the line.
So, first question is for Nick. Who was the first player drafted in the first NFL draft in 1936? Jay Berwanger, Sammy Bow, Don Hudson, or Bart Starr?
Donnie Hudson.
It was actually Jay Berwanger.
Oh, dang.
And Coach MacKay, in 1993, what NFL team made off-season trades for Joe Montana and Marcus Allen?
That's the Kansas City Chiefs.
You didn't
A
even need
lot
multiple choice.
easier than Nick's question. Nick's was a lot tougher.
So, Nick, what team was originally named the New York Titans? The Tennessee Titans, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, or the Kansas City Chiefs?
I'm going to go New York Jets.
That is correct.
Let's go.
Coach MacKay, what team won 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s? The Cowboys, the Broncos, the Patriots, or the 49ers?
It's the Dallas Cowboys. I was just watching their football life, actually, before I came down here.
Awesome.
Yep.
And Nick, who was the first player to rush for 1,000 yards in a season? Beatty Feathers, Jim Brown, Steve Van Buren, or Joe Perry?
I'm just going to say Jim Brown because he's great.
Beatty Feathers.
Oh, that's tough. Jim Brown, one of the elites.
And Coach MacKay, which NFL team features a helmet logo on only one side of their helmet?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
That is correct.
Oh, it's tough.
I'm getting the easy ones, man. There's the tough.
Nick, what wide receiver caused a sensation in his rookie season with a one-handed catch? Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham Jr., Randy Moss, or Jerry Rice?
Odell Beckham Jr.
Correct.
Hasn't done anything since.
Nope. Giants pretty bad.
And Coach, who holds the best rookie passer rating in the NFL history? Dak Prescott, Robert Griffith III, Tom Brady, or Dan Marino?
I'm going to say Dan Marino.
No, it is Dak Prescott.
Yep. Tom Brady was definitely not bad.
Nope, Tom didn't play his rookie year.
And Nick, what is the oldest NFL franchise in continuous operation with the same name in the same location? Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, the Cleveland Browns, or the Arizona Cardinals?
Definitely not Arizona. I'm going to go Chicago Bears.
That would be Green Bay.
Oh, really? Yeah, they know they're pretty close. Okay. 50-50.
And Coach MacKay, who was the first player drafted in the NFL draft in 1936? I think I already asked that question.
Yep, we started with that one. Yep, we started with that one. Yeah.
That's the end of the game.
Oh, I
folks.
took the. You got the easy.
3-2, Coach MacKay.
And now, is there a video? Is there something?
There is.
They're agreeing something?
Great game, Coach. Well, no sports game would be complete without a good halftime performance. Here's a snippet of the BHS marching band's halftime performance. Out with the old, in with the new. Thanks again to Coach MacKay for stopping by, Josh Coughlin for helping with Devils on the Street, Nick Conley with Knicks Picks, and Maddie Shipka with Half Baked, and a big thanks to all members of BHS TV for making this possible. I'm Nick Bongiorno. This has been Speak of the Devils. We'll see you next time. Go Pats!